Sure hope that's not as dirty as it looks. Oh. So we have oh dear. Well, that didn't work. That's supposed to flip over. Oh, there is something wrong here. Okay, so we have a 64 gigabyte card, which gives us 42 hours 11 minutes. Let's see here. Will this tell you what you need to know? I think that's the software and stuff. Hold on, that's not what you need to know. This is what you need to know. Alright, so put this like this. It's supposed to flip upside down, and it is not doing that. Wow. I'm upside down here, so let's see. How can I lean this? Any which way I want, except where I want. That is useless. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be shooting videos a little differently. I hope I didn't just scratch that. And editing them together on the camera here, because it's got the shit built in to do that. And posting them that way, like there was a dude in Iraq who had a pink, oh, what was it? Jeez, I can't remember. Was it a handicap? It wasn't a handicap. It was, anyway, he had to just upload and delete over and over and over. And then his last video, he got shot. Lots of shooting, then the camera falls down, and that was the end of it. City TV, Moses Neimer gave a camera to somebody way back in the day to document what it was like living/dying with AIDS, or dying/living with, there we go. That's the bottom. Interesting. California, USA, and Ontario. Leave that there for a second. Okay. I'm gonna get to roll in this joint. The piece I'm gonna use, but I want you to see this one here. There we go. It's one of these ones here. No, that's not it. Yes, it is. I was just looking at this. I got several of them that are almost like pyramids, or what's the word for a three-sided one? I can't remember what it is now. It's got 4 equilateral triangles to make it up. Well, anyway. So let's move this or not. So this camera does have the screw fitting to put a tripod on it. It just doesn't. I just don't have the tripod itself. I've actually got the camera. I've got it screwed into what is supposedly, I think, is the first webcam ever, and the connector on that doesn't fit anything I have anymore. And I just have that bolted to these shelves over here. So I think, so I have been remiss. I had this 64 gigabyte micro SD card and the adapter just sitting in my house. I find things all the time on the ground, abandoned little dongles and things like that. So I think I formatted it with the Android box. Then again with the, no, I don't think I did format it. According to my cell phone, it'll hold 22. It says 22 hours of video, but the camera app on my phone is very misleading. It'll count 1 second down for every 6 seconds, so something like that. Now this here, I don't know why I'm upside down. Oh well, I'll figure that out later. So I figure with 42 hours, whatever, I think it's 42 hours, 11 minutes, 17 seconds, 473,000 some odd photos at 640 by 480. And I'm going to try to go around it. I've been remiss. So the Galleria condos, these ones here right next to the fuse, I don't know what you call them, part of the diamond, the Davenport Diamonds or whatever. Let's see, what else is it? 299 Campbell. The elevated mushroom column things, funnel shaped things that are going to lift up the rails. Let's see, there's a condo project right at, or I think there's two. No, there's one at Annette, Dundas West, DuPont, and Old Weston Road. And I haven't been gathering the images I'd like to gather, which is basically when they get the footings down as low as they're going, and they've got, you know, part of the basement paved and part not paved, or they've paved the entire basement and then part of that roof, that ceiling for that first basement level, that lowest level. So this camera comes with built on board the camera. So first of all, since it's just a camera, it's basically a RISC setup, reduced instruction set computer. This is gonna die at any time, man. It can edit, it can split or join files. So I think I'm gonna go around making recordings all day, and then we'll see how many hours of whatever I can get with one battery, and then flip it over and get the next one, and then we'll turn it all into one file. Then I'll upload it as one big gigantic file using the adapter. Now here's a little tip. The SD cards, mini SD cards, stuff, if you put them in your phone or an Android device of any type, it will end up with a file folder, something on it, Android, whatever, that will take up some space. And then when you put it into a different device, you might not even be able to see that in order to delete it or do anything. So when I put so after formatting it with this, and then I can't remember if I formatted it on the phone or not, or just plugged it in. I think I just plugged it in. So I formatted it with Android 712 here, and then put it in the cell phone, which is Ice Cream Sandwich 404. Seemed to work just fine. But after that, I put it in the phone, in the camera here, the Sanyo here, and it didn't seem to take. It didn't seem to be. It's a problem with the card. So it's kind of like I can't take a photo of the card and save it to the card. I have to use an intermediary device. I want to take pictures of the camera. The best I can do is the pictures that are on the box. Let's see. So this camera and this TV basically came together. And this here tilts. If you watch the live videos and you're just as frustrated as I am with how shit doesn't seem to work, guess what? I think I just said it right there. Let's see if I get this in there. I got coffee here too. So it is Friday, September 3rd. It is 11:58 Universal Time. So that helps since everything's upside down. Anyway, I'm gonna light this joint. I'm not sure if I'm going to turn on the radio or not. I also wanted to see how badly this thing picked up the noise of these fans here. So there's a flicker reduction, there's a noise reduction, and there's a wind noise reduction. There's also a video stabilizer and an image there's an image stabilizer for both the video and the still photo function, still camera function. And it works. It just, I'm not a huge fan of it, but it does work. The video stabilizer thing, I think I may use that if I know I'm going to be walking around. Can I join videos together on my phone? I imagine there must be a function. I've never really tried to explore that, because the phone has always been very limited in memory. But so this has the 64 gigabyte. I just put the 32 gigabyte in here. So I normally leave that tilted all the way back. Does it make any difference here? So I think I need to make some sort of a bracket or something. I can screw that screw into this and have it sit straight. The battery life is pretty good for this lithium ion. I got them. It says they're legit. They're not. They're some knockoff company, whatever. But we got them off Amazon cheap. They seem to work. They seem to be what they say they are. They seem to be lithium ion. All that good stuff. I forget how many. It said they were a certain number of milliamps, and there's a different amount. Okay, so normally, let's see what's happening here. Jesus Christ, there we go. Well, anyway. I'm not sure if I want to try putting too much music in. What can I play for music? I'm not sure if I want to try putting on the news either. So actually, it's right at the top of the hour. Let's hear it.
Qualifying last night, Sports at 50.
Résumé de Daniel Thibault. C'est la pandémie qui a lancé les échanges en glissant rapidement vers le débat sur la vaccination obligatoire entre Justin Trudeau et Aaron O'Toole.
Presque 80% de tous les Canadiens ont fait leur part, se sont fait vacciner. Et là, on est en train de dire que parce que 20% n'ont pas choisi de se faire vacciner, on ne peut pas avoir de démocratie.
Le chef conservateur a dû se défendre de vouloir faire plus de place au secteur privé en santé, défendre aussi sa promesse d'abolir le programme national de garderie à 10 $.
Pourquoi?
Dans votre contrat, il y a de rompre quelque chose qui marche. Pour une fois, on a fait un
Respecter les chambres des compétences.
Le chef du Bloc québécois, Yves-François Blanchette, s'en est pris à son homologue libéral sur une éventuelle contestation de la loi sur la laïcité.
Justin Trudeau vient de dire « Je vais financer les groupes qui vont contester la loi 21 ».
La question du racisme systémique a ravivé les tensions entre le chef du NPD, Jagmeet Singh, et le Bloc québécois.
On a toujours dit qu'on est contre le Québec bashing. On a toujours dit que cette sorte de discrimination est mauvaise.
Et surtout, la portion du duel sur l'après-pandémie a permis à tous d'y aller d'un plaidoyer pour leur offre électorale.
Les Canadiens méritent un plan. Je suis ici pour devenir premier ministre.
La volonté des Québécois et des Canadiens avec que ce soit un gouvernement minoritaire. Je crois comprendre qu'il y a beaucoup de Québécois qui souhaitent encore ça.
Justin Trudeau allant même jusqu'à évoquer du bout des lèvres l'importance d'un mandat majoritaire.
Je pense qu'on se retrouverait peut-être en 18 mois dans une autre élection si on avait un gouvernement minoritaire.
Prochain débat en français et en anglais, mercredi et jeudi prochain. Ici Daniel Thibault, Radio-Canada, Ottawa.
Alors, cet affrontement peut-il changer la donne? Les chefs ont-ils réussi à faire passer leur message? On en parle avec notre analyste politique à Ottawa, Christian Noël. Alors, Christian, question traditionnelle, est-ce qu'il y a un gagnant au terme de cette joute?
Évidemment, ça dépend d'abord des objectifs que chaque chef s'était fixé. Justin Trudeau n'a pas gagné le débat, mais l'objectif pour lui, c'était de ne pas le perdre, de ne pas faire de gaffe. Aaron O'Toole n'a pas perdu le débat, il était calme en contrôle, mais il aurait peut-être aimé se démarquer davantage parce que c'est lui le moins connu. Jagmeet Singh était plutôt effacé, mais il a réussi à vendre son programme à petite dose. Et Yves-François Blanchet a eu une bonne performance sur la défense des intérêts du Québec. Il y a eu des échanges corsés sur la vaccination obligatoire.
It's the old school one. I forget what it's called. Looks like the Delta. Not Delta. It looks like the D in Cyrillic.
Éduquer sur les 6 milliards de dollars donnés à Québec pour les services de garderie. Est-ce que M. O'Toole va déchirer l'entente? Il n'a pas répondu à la question. Yves-François Blanchet lui a dit, ben dites-le, ça va être fini. Là. Il l'a pas dit. M. O'Toole, il répète, j'ai un plan, mais il n'a peut-être pas nécessairement eu l'occasion de bien l'étaler. Peut-être qu'il y aura davantage l'occasion au débat en anglais la semaine prochaine. Justin
Trudeau, lui, a été parfois inconfortable sur la question du déclenchement des élections, sur la question des inconduites sexuelles dans l'armée. Et quand on l'entendait dans le reportage de Daniel, il dit, dans 18 mois, on pourrait se retrouver, si on a un gouvernement minoritaire, encore une fois en élection. C'est une façon pour lui presque de demander un gouvernement majoritaire. John Gibson, lui, écoutez, a montré un peu d'empathie, notamment dans sa défense aux aînés. Donc la question, qui a mieux connecté avec les électeurs et leurs priorités, bien, on verra tout ça peut-être dans les sondages des prochains jours.
À suivre. Merci beaucoup, Christian.
That would be a self-cleaning universe, wouldn't it? Nancy. Ocho, ocho. $500,000 still images. 7 days straight of audio. But I recorded nothing today. I've been studying, you know, visual art, YouTube. Yeah. That wasn't the most interesting thing. Wait. Get it, buddy. Get it. There you go. Get it. Oh, you almost got to rip it right up. There you go. Look at that. That was the extra fry in the bottom, man. That was yours. Oh, no, don't let them take it. You better fight them off, but oh, see, you lost all your shit, bro. That's how quick it happens out here. Holy shit. This is interesting. They all watched him rip that bag apart. Flip it upside down, really. Now, one of them was going to do that. They all waited for him to do it.
He gave them dubs for all of the love. I spent with a five, whipping up the dope with a power rack, running up the money, spend 5 stack. Stumping on your niggas like a rubber mat, stump on you. Shooting all the guns, they gon' click, clack, pow. We ain't gon' stop till the lights on us while we rolling up, plus collar on racks. Even after that, we gon' keep going. Try to show my feelings, but they ain't showing. Where they at? 1 pound of lean, we gon' stay for the marble. Fuck that.
Dirty Buzz, cut it out.
Hey, DJ Ransom Dollar. Hey, DJ Ransom Dollar. Drop that shit on them sons of bitches. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I woke up this morning feeling
You want me to run on this side? It's on that side. You happy?
We gon' make it out the hood. Like, sipping lean while breaking down this wood. Like, boy, make sure you got it understood. Like, thank God I like. They have to do it, I like. Deliver me from all these pussy ass niggas that do. White hot with a we the party to the color lanes. Citizen, you see inside the church. Sitting on my enemy's grave. He got what he deserved. I don't believe in that forgiveness shit. I'm glad he got murdered. My soldiers feet deep. I let the bullets emerge. Not a bit to second thought of ever missing the circle. This world's only brought me pain since the day of my birth. Police and the crooked games overtaking my nerves. Risky years of my life, sometimes I'm under a bird. I'm under pressure every day. I'm always thinking the worst. Paranoid of every call, pulling up to the curb. Selling drugs and doing crime, the only thing I've learned. When my body gets to grave, I bet my soul gonna burn. I turn my own beautiful, she's sick and absurd. I know the people who remember me when I'm in the hearse. I'm in the fast lane, ayy. When my body gets to grave, I bet my soul gonna burn. I turn my own beautiful, she's sick and absurd. I know the people who remember me when I'm in the hearse. I'm in the fast lane, ayy. They call it a curse. We the party.
Well, we're on this side. I should flip it over so you guys can see it. Oh, see, it's upside down.
Cheese, baby, that's the remedy. We never see the recipe. We fucking with the chicken business. Yeah, I got some chemistry. Don't flex on me. Competition, they taking the set from me. So blessed be, cause I'm about to sit right with my enemies.
Blessed be, cause I'm about to sit right with next.
For me, you're right, it's dying, stepping quick to light. Ain't gotta prep to breathe. Watching for the contraception. When the water baking soda with some cheddar cheese, baby, that's the way my people yell and see the recipe. We fucking with them chicken bitches, yeah, I got some chemistry, don't flex on me. Competition, they taking the set for me, so flex it because I'm about to separate with my enemies. I'm a girl, I wreck the streets until my blood is bled for me. Don't ride or die and stepping quick to lie and got a breath to breathe. Watching for the coppers in the game, they like a referee. Boxes like a coffin, no one can pay for penalties.
White hot with a
Yo, fuck these cops, what they think we gon' stop? Watch your back, sneaking every fucking day. KID, you come around the corner when you see me, what? Simply elementary, mathematics, trigonometry. Pull the trigger back and watch me fold up the whole monopoly. There's nothing stopping me. What you think I don't know that the cops is watching me? This here is prophecy. No matter where you are, you're standing on my property. So you'll probably be beaten till you start to bleed. And once you hit the streets, you know it's suicide. See you right here, shit gets overdone. All they got until I'm unloaded. So since today was the day that God came back, we might as well hit the streets and sell a few more packs. Like dead away in the trap. But those that don't make it back, the next one I roll will be fat. In the cracks, in the crevices, where the hustlers eat. That's where you can find me grinding and supplying the streets. Some days I don't sleep, cause sleep could cost me money. And there's nothing funny about losing out on money. If I go broke, I'll be in the park robbing at the dog. It wouldn't be safe to take your fucking dogs for a walk. When I'm born, I just spend it like it's nothing. Money comes and goes as quick as the wind blows. It's out the window, and then I'm back here again. Some days I wonder when my next to see the pen. Is today the day my life will end? And if it is, then it's on to the afterlife to pay atonement for my sins. I just tell God it is what it is.
Welcome to the land of peaches and cream, where everything is just pieces and beans, alright. Next city's where I creep in the streets, but heated on me serving pieces of beans all night. Welcome to the land of peaches and cream, where everything is just pieces of beans, alright. Next city's where I creep in the streets, but heated on me serving pieces of beans all night.
Homie, I'm a pitbull rockin' with rocks, wildin' you out with shit so. My pride is sizzle, your bitch licking the poppy sickle. You hard as shit. I am lost in this hopeless slum ghetto. Mama done work her and study bow. I am lost in this hopeless slum ghetto. Lord God don't show me the way home. I am lost in this hopeless slum ghetto. Mama done work her and study bow. I am lost in this hopeless slum ghetto. Lord God don't show me the way home. Down in the ghetto we see cocaine addict. Poor man who eat shop in a rich man habit. Politician them a see tired them now want stop it. Them not stop pull the ghetto with the Glocks and Matic. Them along with on the ghetto in a war zone. Now them private plane weapon them bring the hung. Supply the ghetto with the cocaine stone. Give the ghetto you them fi smoke and jones. I am lost in this hopeless slum ghetto. Mama done work her and study bow. I am lost in this hopeless slum ghetto. Father God don't show me the way on. Skeeter. The son of the block had it with the 3-point shot, but it was in his jeans to go and get whacked. After hearing all the stories about Big Pops, you see, he knew that nobody didn't see him a lot, and when he did, he barely didn't stop. Born and raised in the pop, single mom sport in my heart. Certified killers, big time drug dealers, felt despair before feeling the lyrics. Hit a slide from 355 229 46 River, where we moved in with us J.A. From then kid, showed him a lot of love, so he stayed in. From thick and thin, baby boys to men, reminiscing, whipping in my fiends out the Benz. You ain't asking me out of history with your new technology. Out trying to follow me. The rest is my secrets inside. in the party district. If my niggas are on road, they will body this. So for now, I guess you gotta settle for yes. Can't be that bad on the streets, here I'm one of the best. But I'm banned from the US of A. Grey Goose and tickets, my drink, OG curses, my dad, get on the two, don't give a what you think. What you heard from a bird, still take my watch through the park, that's my word, sweet that, follow me to my trap right here, upper sumac, old cabbage patch, crackheads are welcome, only if they're mountain 80s and up in the cusp like a junkie banging share needles, that played with the Beatles.
Les cadeaux au centenaire, ensuite.
Good evening, it's Saturday, September 4th. I'm Cherise Smealy.
And I'm Tijuana Turner. Here's what's making news this hour. Two popular high-traffic downtown areas have been chosen to host a weekend-long pop-up vaccine clinic offering first and second doses out of special TTC buses.
Over 900 new cases of COVID-19 are being reported in Ontario today, the highest case count in months, even as the province reaches a new vaccination milestone.
A motorcyclist who was seriously injured in a crash that involved a police cruiser has died in hospital. The SIU is now investigating.
The Canadian International Air Show is back at its...
Yeah, I noticed.
The 1800s, early 1900s, boom bust when a new type of technology gets investable. You saw it with the Nifty 50 back in the 70s. You saw it with technology.
Mobile device with the iHeartRadio app. It's the right thing to do.
We had a car show on steroids. We'll tell you about the first ever Drive Festival, the first large-scale outdoor auto festival in Canada.
I don't know what it's doing.
City News Time, 7:31.
Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Carly Donahue.
This report's brought to you by the 407 ETR. Right now, if you're heading on the eastbound 401, we have delays approaching Winston Churchill, the east of Mississauga Road. At Dixie, in the express, we have a stalled vehicle blocking the right lane. No delay because of that. But then it is, actually, that's just cleared now. I'm getting word from MTO. So that stalled vehicle at Dixie Express gone out of the right lane. East of the 427 to east of Kiel, alternately expressing collectors, it is slow going. And then we have a collision east of McCowan in the express to collector transfer. They've had to shut it down momentarily, and we have delays because of it approaching McCowan in the express.
Wait, what do you mean momentarily? For a moment, or like
eastbound
this
407,
moment?
that is closed off for construction. We have delays on the westbound 401 from Brock Street to approaching Salem and through Mavis in the express. Northbound DDP still slow from approaching Don Mills to north of Lawrence. And then on the southbound DDP 404, we have volume Bayview Bloor to Queen, and the ramp to the Lakeshore is closed down. Eastbound QEW ramp to East 403 in Oakville, that is still closed down for a collision. We have delays approaching Dorval to the 403 ramp there, and then it drags again from Mississauga Road to Dixie. And if you're traveling on the eastbound Gardner, we have delays from approaching Parkside to Dufferin. Get a 407 ETR web account today to be eligible for exclusive offers and be the first to know about new promos. Sign up at 407etr.com. With a look at your forecast, here is Carl Lamb.
After a beautiful day, clouds really dominating now. Temperatures dropping down to 17
I'm
degrees.
watching high
And those
pressure, low
showers will
pressure
start to pick up
systems really
as
mix
we
it up
approach
out
the
there.
midnight
It's,
hour. They'll be scattered all across the
interesting
GTA, and they'll last until tomorrow at about 7 or 8 o'clock. And again, 18 is the low for tomorrow. 26 is the high. It will feel closer to 30, and we'll have cloudy conditions to start, and then some sunshine by the afternoon, and we'll have that breezy west wind around 20 to 40 kilometers per hour. Tonight's overnight low is 18.
Right now in downtown Toronto, it's a partly cloudy sky, 22 degrees, feeling like 25. Over at Pearson Airport, similar conditions and temperature. 6 City News Time, 7:33.
If you've been using being too busy as an excuse to not roll up your sleeves, you can now get a shot while you're out and about on the harborfront.
As we hear from 6 City's Rhiannon Campbell, modified TTC buses will be offering first and second doses of a vaccine all weekend. Modified TTC buses are parked up both at the Harborfront Center and the Jack Layton Ferry Terminal, offering both first and second Pfizer vaccine doses to anyone in the area from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m. The city says these locations were chosen because of how busy they are and the high foot traffic recorded in the areas. I spoke to Teresa this afternoon, who says this is a good initiative to get shots in the arms of people who live here and even those visiting.
So far, so good. We get some people vaccinated, first dose. They take their first vaccine in another country and they're visiting here and take their second.
Now, both clinic locations are going to pop back up again tomorrow at the same time and same place from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Now, don't fret if you miss today and tomorrow's Vax Clinic. The city says it'll be hosting over 100 clinics weekly with a list of times and places posted on the city's social media page. At the Harbourfront Centre, I'm Rianne Campbell.
680 News Time 7:34. Ontario has hit a major milestone on the COVID-19 vaccination front, but as 680's Erica Corstill reports, the province's cases keep going up.
Ontario is reporting 944 new cases of COVID-19 today. That's the highest daily case count the province has seen since the end of May.
One more, and you would round up to 45, 50, and 50 would round up. Yeah, it's real close, eh?
While the remaining 208 are in those who are fully vaccinated. Toronto is seeing the highest new case count at 181, followed by Peel Region at 118. 9 new deaths have been confirmed, but the province says due to a data cleanup, 5 of those deaths occurred 2 months ago. Officials say another 20,900
so they don't really count
vaccine
now.
doses were
And then
administered
2 months ago, when you said the numbers were super low, there was actually 5 deaths. You weren't telling us about.
Ontarians now fully vaccinated against
5?
the virus.
Like, you're gonna die once.
76.9% of Ontarians 12 and older now have 2 doses, while nearly 83.5% have 1 dose.
So look at this nifty stopwatch function here.
You're listening to 680 News. A motorcyclist has died in hospital following a crash involving a police cruiser in downtown Toronto yesterday. It happened at college and university around 5:30 Friday evening. The Special Investigations Unit provided the update on the collision today, saying it's invoked its mandate. It's also urging anyone with information to contact them as the investigation continues.
Voting and/or health and safety measures. Visit elections.ca or call 1-800-463-6868. It's our vote.
They just said you could bring your own pen or pencil to mark your ballot. Hold on a second. Did my government just tell me you're too fucking cheap to give me a pencil? Because a week ago you said we were getting throwaway pencils, which I thought was ridiculous. We're going to use a pen, like even the gambling pencils. Use it once and throw it away. Like, really? Donate it to a school. Just bleach them or something.
The HOV lane is blocked off with a stalled vehicle. That is not causing any kind of backup. We have delays from the 427 to east of the 400 Express and Collectors, and then a small slowdown through the Express just east of the Allen. Good news, east of McCowan, the Express to Collector transfer has reopened, and we're not seeing any volume through that stretch. Southbound Dixie ramp to East 407 is closed. On the westbound 401, we have delays approaching Brock Street to approaching Salem. That's it for that route. Northbound DVP 404, that's dragging approaching Don Mills to York Mills. Southbound 400, no access to Aurora Road. And southbound on the 404 DVP, no access to the Lakeshore. If you're taking a drive on the East QEW, we have the ramp to the 403 in Oakville closed for a collision. That's causing a delay approaching Dorval to the ramp there. And then we have volume from Mississauga Road to Dixie, and eastbound on the Gardner is jammed from approaching Parkside to Dufferin. A message from Canadian Blood Services. There's an immediate need for O-negative blood. Demand continues to rise as hospitals resume procedures. Look now at blood.ca. With a look at the forecast, here's Carl Lamb.
Flyer miles
a pretty mild evening all across GTA tonight. 18th the low with cloudy conditions and those showers getting going after midnight, and it's hit or miss, but we'll have some of them lingering into tomorrow morning as well. 26 is the high for your Sunday. We'll start with cloudy conditions, get a little more sun by the afternoon, and we'll have a west wind around 20 to 40 kilometers per hour, so pretty breezy overall. And then we'll have some scattered showers as we head into the overnight hours from Sunday into Monday as we drop down to 15. And then once those fronts make their way through, Monday is much cooler with a breezy northwest wind. 22 will be the high with a mix of sun and cloud. Tonight's overnight low is 18.
Right now in downtown Toronto, it's a partly cloudy sky, 22 degrees, feeling like 25. Over at Pearson Airport, similar conditions and temperature. 680 News Time, 7:43. Quebec Provincial Police say they're negotiating with a man accused of kidnapping his 3-year-old son in a case that sparked an Amber Alert on Tuesday. Sergeant Stephanie Tremblay says the 36-year-old man and his son are still alive, but there's no further word on their condition. The police service says officers are deployed in St. Paul, Quebec, and they're asking people to avoid the area. Police have alleged the father kidnapped his son on Tuesday in St. Paul, roughly 400 kilometers northeast of Quebec City. Investigators announced yesterday they had used DNA
DNA testing to identify items used by the pair. A discovery they said suggested the father and son were in a heavily forested area near the town. In 60 seconds, we'll have a rundown of your top stories and sports. 680 News Time, 7:44.
Today is a 20 times the points event. It's a big deal, and it's exclusively at Shoppers Drug Mart. Whether you're shopping for essentials or looking for a pick-me-up, let us help make your long weekend just a little bit brighter with a lot of points. Shop today and get 20 times the PCO points.
I guess I could just roll another
joint. On almost anything in-store and at shoppersdrugmart.ca. That's 30% in points. More points equals more free.
You ain't giving me shit for free. We already know. I ain't getting nothing for free. We already know.
Myself. Take a chance.
Alright, so I've been making these little clips all day. We have a memory card in this thing now where we can make use of the function to put together a bunch of clips into one video and then upload that as one video. And then I guess I could just erase all the clips and keep the video, the one video, or I could delete that too, or whatever. Whatever order I want. And the batteries seem to be holding up just fine. I don't know how long this will record. Maybe I should just run this till it runs out.
Partly cloudy skies. Good evening. I'm Cherise Smealy.
And I'm Tijuana Turner. Here are the top stories this hour.
That's not your real name. There's no way.
The city and Toronto Public Health have teamed up with the TTC and Toronto paramedics to drive up our local vaccination numbers this weekend.
Is your mom's name Tina?
Buses are offering first and second doses of the Pfizer vaccine. It has ended for the day, but will be running again tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. A motorcyclist who was seriously injured in a crash involving a police cruiser has died in hospital. The incident happened around 5:30 yesterday evening at College and University Avenue. The SIU is investigating the circumstances of the crash. The Canadian International Air Show is back, and it's happening this weekend. The famed snowbirds took center stage across Exhibition Place. If you missed the show today, it's running all weekend from noon until 3 p.m. 680 News has you covered. If you can make the show in person, we'll be streaming the show all weekend at 680news.com and on the 680 News app. Regular data charges may apply. 680 News Time, 7:46.
Wi-Fi.
Now 680 Sports from Sportsnet 590 The Fan.
No, I got laser surgery. I got PRK. I don't need glasses ever again unless maybe, but I doubt it because we'll just do laser again. I got enough eye left to do it again.
Jeux en ligne, plus de 3 heures par semaine. Comment un journal affilié à l'État a récemment qualifié l'industrie du jeu vidéo à l'opium de l'esprit, mais la longue marche de l'idiot, aussi la grande faille de Chine.
Je dirais l'opium de l'esprit.
C'est une bonne réponse.
L'opium de
et les
l'esprit.
18 ans et moins donc ne peuvent jouer qu'entre 20h et 21h, les vendredis, samedis et dimanches. Une pièce d'identité sera requise lors de la connexion en ligne, mais bon, plusieurs croient que ce sera quand même facile de contourner la nouvelle loi. Pékin veut lutter contre la dépendance aux écrans chez les enfants. L'opium de l'esprit, c'est ce qu'écrivait le très officiel Economic Information Daily.
Catégorie sport, êtes-vous prêts pour les sports? Avec Nabi Alexandre Chartier, Sophie Fauché et Karine Lefebvre.
For the Wowzer Savings Event until September 8th.
Quel...
Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour, anytime online at sportsnet.ca/590.
At jackpotcity.net, you can do amazing things with just one casino chip. Discover a world of incredible casino games with over 500 high-quality online slot games, including the world-renowned progressive jackpot slot Mega Moolah. Play for free at jackpotcity.net and get treated as a VIP 24/7. So visit jackpotcity.net today on your tablet, laptop, or mobile.
Then losing doesn't even feel real.
A whole world of casino games. 18 plus. Please play responsibly. This is not a gambling website.
What's stopping you from getting the original?
So there are all sorts of military jets and sirens and tow trucks and fire trucks and things like there's a helicopter outside the window here. Everything's very exciting right now. Very exciting. Very exciting.
The original Peloton bike is now at its best price ever. Get game-changing cardio at a new game-changing price. The original Peloton bike, now $600 less. Learn more at onepeloton.ca.
Bitch, that's enough to buy 2 bikes.
680 News time 7:48. Now time for the Auto Report on 680 News. Here's our automotive expert, Tim Demopoulos.
The ultra-luxury Maybach GLS 600 from Mercedes-Benz comes with a button-down handsome exterior, which is in sharp contrast to the
calling it handsome, or is it a handsome cab type of...
Rear passengers are in for a treat with incredibly plush adjustable reclining massage seats, a 3-bottle champagne fridge, and storage for champagne flutes. A tablet in the rear center
console. Can't use it in that car, can you? You gotta have the separated front and rear thing with the divider, like a limousine or certain types of buses and
driving
RVs.
mode focuses the driving dynamics for rear occupant comfort, avoiding those pesky champagne spills on the way to the alley path. $199,400 is the entry price, which excludes must-have options like a chauffeur.
19 years and change with expired, a suspended license.
Flood-stricken families and
19
business
years
owners
and change.
across
He
the
almost made it
Northeast
20 years
are hauling
on a suspended license.
belongings to the curb as cleanup from Ida moves into high gear. The White House says President Joe Biden will survey damage in New Jersey and New York City on Tuesday. Ida blew ashore in Louisiana, then moved north with rain that overwhelmed urban drainage systems and killed dozens of people. New York City opened service centers today to connect people with housing, food, and mental health counseling. In Connecticut, funeral arrangements are set for September 9th for a state police sergeant who was swept away with his vehicle. Coming up, traffic and weather together on the ones.
And it's never the dickhead cop that gets killed like that. It isn't. The dickhead cop survives everything like a cockroach does.
To keep your projects going for less during our Hands On for Labor Day event. Like adding a fresh touch of color to your home with 1-gallon cans of Seco exterior.
It's pronounced Seiko, and they make watches, not big
money.
Yeah, so usually when I get a young couple that's expecting to have a baby soon, it is definitely part of the conversation that I like to bring up, and I give out them all the advantages that they get that extra 20% from the government, and it's a good way for them to save money. Most of the time, they're quite receptive to it. And what's also interesting, like you said, Wolfgang, is that it's not just the parents that can contribute. It could be the grandparents that can put money into it, and a nice aunt, an uncle. So it's a nice way to build that education nest egg in a sense. And I do see that there's a lot of interest in that.
Now, Jack, this is again where expertise from yourself and from Zach, our junior partner, I shall say, at the Wolf on Bay Street, come into play. Withdrawing money from an RESP has a number of nuances.
Don't do it.
To it. And there are better ways to take the money out and not so good ways of taking the money out when the time comes. And again, this is where the guidance, and there's no charges, all part of the service that we provide to our clients. We're giving them such advice. So Jack, why don't you share for free with the listener right now the smartest way to take money out of an RESP? So let's say there's $100,000 in there. Johnny and Jane are off to school. How does it work, and what's the best way to do it? Because you don't just withdraw money. There's a number of decisions that need to be made. Right, well, there's really, 3.
Can you do that again?
Over time, and like you said, if you invest in a, high...
For those of you who are listening right now, stress is probably like the #1 thing you need to focus on in order for everything else to fall into place. Sleep habits and mindset, and so I'm going to be talking about that. So that is a free masterclass, September 2nd, 7 p.m. EST, and I'll make sure that I give you the link so you can share it.
C'est Mario.
Tremblay, oui, il s'est récemment d'ailleurs réconcilié avec Patrick Roy dans une pub de Uber Eats. Alors voilà. Oh, attention, c'est bonus. Pour 3 points chacun, complétez les surnoms des joueurs de hockey suivants.
Au revoir.
Non.
Moi non plus, je suis pas mal.
Le premier est facile. Guy Lafleur dit le D.
Bon.
Blond.
Blond. Ouais. Merci.
Travail d'équipe. Sidney Crosby dit Sid de
kid.
Wow. Mario Lemieux dit le
magnifique.
Oui. Wayne Gretzky dit la mer.
Tume.
Veille, c'est bon. Maurice Richard dit le rock.
Rocket.
Cat.
Oui.
Cat. Thank
680
you.
News Time, 7:54.
Oui.
Quoi? Casso.
Casso.
Casso, oui. C'est un coup.
Gordy Hall.
Again, looking to the tool of
ever
life
withdraw
insurance.
money from
Life
an
insurance
RESP,
is
might
a
as well
financial tool that is appropriate for many people and not appropriate or not necessary for other people. No case is identical. Everything is tailor fit when it comes to money management. But life insurance, perhaps someone has a need and or want for life insurance. An underwriting process has to occur. Medical questionnaire must be answered, and a physical must occur as well, whereby a nurse comes to your home, takes your blood pressure, your heart rate, draws some blood, and off they go. I had a very incredible conversation with a client who was very upset with themselves because they didn't listen to the, insurance company and or underwriter or wholesaler with the instructions as to when the nurse is coming to your house that you must fast and don't do anything out of the ordinary. So what happened was a friend of mine forgot to fast and had a big breakfast, decided to be more fit, and in the last minute get on the treadmill, worked the heart rate up, dropped the heart rate back down, then drank 6 glasses of water to rehydrate, took a shower, washed up, a little cologne, nicey nice for the nurse.
Had a heart attack before his policy went even into effect, right?
No. Have you taken your heart rate up recently?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, 20 minutes ago. Did you have more than 1 glass of water? Well, I had 6. Screwed the whole process up. Felt really bad about the situation, because that can affect the levels in your blood when they're doing the readings, which could cause them to deny you an application. So, Laura, please, I want you to speak to what are people supposed to do if the nurse is about to show up, and what should they not do?
It is case by case, but yes, so usually the nurse will call and they will give you instructions of what to do. You should try and be as calm as possible, not do exercise before. It's quite a relaxing experience, really. There's going to be some questions that are going to be asked, so you just answer them truthfully. And make sure that you don't drink alcohol or definitely no marijuana or anything like that before any of these tests.
Of course not.
Follow the instructions.
Well, there is something called the pre-underwriting phase, and I want to speak to you, Lara, and our listeners about that. Don't have enough time for this show, so we're going to bring Lara back on the show, our wealth and estate planning specialist at Canaccord, very holistic, sound planning advice that can pay huge dividends down the road. Not complicated, simple, but not necessarily easy. That's where you need a team to help you through it. That's what we are all about here at the Wolf and Bay Street. Jack Hartle, great job as always. Laura Barbadakis, I appreciate your time. I want to wish you, friends at home, a great weekend. Welcome to September. It's going to be great. More show each and every Saturday right here on the Global News Radio 640 in Toronto.
You've been listening to Hi-Fi Radio with Wolfgang Klein and Jack Hartle, portfolio managers at Canaccord Genuity Wealth Management. For questions about today's show or any money questions you need answered, email Wolf and Jack at wolfgangklein.com. Hi-Fi Radio, for the love of money. We'll see you next week.
The preceding was a paid commercial program. Unless otherwise identified, the guests on the program are employees of or otherwise represent the advertiser. The opinions expressed therein are those of the advertiser and do not necessarily reflect the views and policies of Global News Radio 640 Toronto. Insightful, engaging, intelligent. Global News Radio 640 Toronto. This is brand new. We're going to make your windows twinkle. We're going to make your gutters sparkle. We're going to make your driveways, decks, and sidewalks glow.
How did this get rusty on the inside? Oh, right. That was a long time ago.
Those gutters are going to flow.
Shack Shine washes windows.
Shack Shine cleans gutters.
Shack Shine power washes driveways, decks, and sidewalks.
And boy, oh boy, do we do Christmas lights.
Shack
Shine. It would take you 7 Saturdays to do what
You
Shack
don't know
Shine
how long
can do
it would
in
take
just
me.
a few hours. House detailing by Shack Shine.
ShackShine.com.
The federal election is on Monday, September 20th, and keeping you healthy when you go to vote is our priority.
The advertisements, the propaganda is going to get wonderful.
Hand sanitizer stations
keep
and clear physical distancing markers, and the poll worker will be behind a plexiglass barrier.
What about a
Don't
pen?
forget to wear a mask, and you can bring your own pen or pencil to mark your ballot.
Can I use a black one or a red one? Can I use a red pen? I always wanted to use a red pen.
Or call 1-800-463.
I have one. I never used it yet.
It's our vote.
You could rake in the winnings this fall, because on September 4th, it's the Lotto 649 Super Draw. Every ticket is a chance at 25 guaranteed prizes of $50,000. The guaranteed $1 million prize, plus the jackpot. So don't miss out on Saturday, September 4th. Get your tickets for the Lotto 649 Super Draw, because with so many guaranteed
starts at 1
prizes,
o'clock,
plus
not
the
0.
jackpot, somebody's going to win. It could be you.
Hi, I'm John from Speedy Glass. This summer, we'll help you take on the road with better visibility. When you book your windshield replacement online, you'll receive a free pair of Trico wipers valued at $49.98, installation included. Yep, a free pair of Trico wipers just for booking your windshield replacement online. Hurry, deal ends September 5th. Book today at speedyglass.ca. Conditions apply. Details at speedyglass.ca.
I gotta go 23 hours here?
Speedy Glass Replace.
Insightful, engaging, and intelligent. This is CFMJ Global News Radio 640 Toronto, a Chorus Entertainment Company. You're listening to Global News Radio 640 Toronto.
Oh!
This is
so when I'm setting the hour, it doesn't touch the minute. Very nice.
From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Jerry Smith. Ontario continues to be on the wrong side of the COVID-19 curve. Province is reporting a 3-month high, 944 new cases. 9 more deaths are being reported, but 5 occurred more than 2 months ago and are now being reported due to a data cleanup. Health authorities say 736.
But you didn't report them when the numbers were low. You report them when the numbers are high.
Vaccinated or whose vaccination status
it's only 5.
is unknown.
Unknown. I mean, you don't know.
Playing politics with the pandemic.
Maybe they just got it. They fucking died before they can tell anybody.
BC, lashing out at the federal Liberal leader, O'Toole is repeating an election should not have been called during the 4th wave of COVID-19.
Information, fairness, unity, cooperation. This shouldn't be the discussion we're having in the middle of an election, but it is, and we need to work together. I won't do what is convenient politically, but what is right.
O'Toole says Trudeau has turned the COVID-19 crisis into a political issue. The Democrat leader Jagmeet Singh, campaigning in Newfoundland and Labrador, says Trudeau's taking a hands-off approach with the provinces by not doing enough to encourage people to get their COVID-19 shots. Trudeau's itinerary for day 21 of the campaign was marked as private. The Democrats are promising dental coverage under the National Health Care Program. The plan, similar to one NDP leader Jagmeet Singh ran on in 2019. Singh says access to dental care is more important now than ever.
It's not a surprise that we are still campaigning on the things we believe in, because we haven't changed our beliefs. We still believe that people deserve dental care. We have believed that for a long time. And we know that in this time, people have realized more than ever that our healthcare system has had gaps. I feel like people are open to that. They've seen that COVID-19 didn't create the problems, but certainly exposed a lot of them.
NDP's federal dental care program would provide help to all families that earn less than $90,000 a year. It would be funded by a 1% wealth tax on people earning $10 million annually. Conservative election platform promises to scrap the May 2020 order in council that banned a wide variety of guns. The Firearms Act would be reviewed with input from police, gun owners, manufacturers, and the public. The Conservative leader Aaron O'Toole has since seemed to backpedal on the pledge. He said the party would, his words, maintain the ban on assault weapons when pressed. The party later sent out an email saying O'Toole does promise to repeal the May 2020 ban. This is the Canadian Press.
Isn't that the best?
I'm Carla
fact, as we look at your forecast for the Saturday of the Labor Day long weekend, well, it was a beautiful Saturday out there. At least it started off sunny, and then we've been watching those clouds rolling in. Our high in the city this afternoon was 24, and it was quite noisy. If you're anywhere in the GTA, you definitely heard the planes overhead, and that'll be the case again tomorrow between 12 and 3. So overnight tonight, we'll see some showers dropping down to 19 in Toronto and back up to 26 on your Sunday. We could see some early morning rain, and then we will clear out nicely for the afternoon. So it won't be a washout day by any means, but there is more rain on the way, and that'll move in on holiday Monday. So once again, overnight tonight, we will see some showers. 19 would be the low in Toronto, and back up to 26 with sunshine in the afternoon.
We're a minute ahead. Oh, well, it's too late now. It's most likely want to lose a little bit of time, I would think. Maybe I'm wrong.
You could
This is China. This is Timex China.
On September 4th, it's the Lotto 649 Super Draw. Every ticket is a chance at 25 guaranteed prizes of $50,000. The guaranteed $1 million prize, plus the jackpot. So don't miss out on Saturday, September 4th. Get your tickets for the Lotto 649 Super Draw. Because with so many guaranteed prizes, plus the jackpot, somebody's going to win. It could be you.
That is like the dumbest way to think of fucking
In
crap
200
like
meters, go left onto, James Street. Yeah, no, wait, left, I think. Recalculating. Hey, wow, I love you, man. Just wanted you to know that. Okay, recalculating. Go left onto King Street. Wait, sorry, that's a stop sign. Recalculating.
You wouldn't trust AI for directions if it were under the influence. So why would you trust yourself to drive? Don't drink and drive. A message from Global News Radio 640 Toronto.
Remote controls, clocks, and radios. What if you have a remote control clock radio?
640 Toronto.
Happy Saturday and welcome to Culture. You're listening to the pop culture show that puts a lens on diversity of people and perspectives. I'm your host, Mira Estrada.
And I'm B. Kwame. And tonight we've got money expert Melissa Leong joining us.
No.
De vos informations. University around 5:30 yesterday. The motorcyclist was rushed to hospital with life-threatening injuries where he later died. It's unclear what led up to the investigation, and anyone with information is being asked to contact the Special Investigations Unit. The SIU's called in instances where an interaction with police results in sexual assault, serious injuries, or death. 6 City News Time 8:06. Liberal leader Justin Trudeau was under fire by other party leaders a day after new federal COVID-19 modeling numbers painted a grim picture for the weeks leading up to the election. Karen Seolin of City News reports.
Trudeau taking day 21 off from campaigning, but on opposite ends of the country, his Conservative and NDP counterparts attacked him for using the pandemic as a political tool.
I and others said very clearly that calling an election in the middle of the pandemic was not the right thing to do.
Evidence has come out from our public health experts in Canada is really sobering. It's really troubling. Things look like they could get really bad.
Meantime, Trudeau's Liberals said on Saturday, if re-elected, they will move forward with mandatory vaccinations for travelers. Trudeau suggested Friday it could take as much as a year to implement a federal vaccine passport, but he said his government would certify provincial passports in the interim for international travel. Karen Seolin,
#CANPOLI. Trust
Liberal
me.
candidate Raj Saini is ending his campaign amid harassment allegations. In a statement released today, the candidate for Kitchener Centre once again denied accusations against him. In the statement, Saini references an August 31st report accusing him of inappropriate behavior with female staff members. This past week, the CBC reported 4 separate instances of Saini allegedly making unwanted sexual advances or inappropriate comments toward Liberal staffers during his 6 years in office. Saini says he will now be focusing on challenging the accusations made against him, which may include getting legal authorities involved.
I want the illegal authorities to get involved.
808, the roar above the lakeshore has returned to the city. The annual Canadian International Air Show is happening all weekend, featuring some of the military's best flying over
I've
Lake
noticed you got some weird shit flying out there.
Snowbirds took center stage today across Exhibition Place during an emotional moment in the show. The snowbirds made a heart shape in the sky in honor of late Captain Jen Casey. The 35-year-old public affairs officer for the Snowbirds was killed last May when her plane crashed shortly after
Navy personnel, Navy, Air Force, Navy personnel that died in the North Atlantic last year. This bitch set things up. We're gonna have air shows to make us feel better about dead soldiers.
We're really excited to tour
And she
across
flew into
Canada,
the fucking side of a
demonstrate
house.
the skilled professionals and teamwork of your Canadian forces, and we're really happy to be here.
The show returns at noon tomorrow and will run until 3 p.m. And if you can't make it in person, 680 News has got you covered. We're streaming the show all weekend at 680news.com and on the 680 News app. Regular data charges may apply.
28 minutes. Oh, no, that's not bad.
680 News time, 8:08. Mississauga's Bianca Andreescu continues to march on at the U.S. Open. Sportsnet 590 The Fans' George Russick has the details.
Mississauga's Bianca Andreescu improved to a perfect 10-0 lifetime at the U.S. Open thanks to a 6-1, 6-2 win over Belgium's Great Minute in third-round action. Andreescu, the 2019 U.S. Open champion, who didn't play last year's event because of injury, converted 4 of 7 break opportunities. Andreescu will now face 17-seeded Maria Sakkari of Greece in the 4th round. From Sportsnet 590 The Fan, George Russick, 680 News.
Coronavirus updates and breaking news.
All on the Be the First to Know newsletter.
Don't watch your virus updates. Give your virus updating to yourself.
Mom's accident was pretty serious.
That was scary.
But now?
She's better. She laughs at jokes again.
And tells you to do your homework.
She's more like the old mom every day.
Serious accidents wreak havoc on your family. Michael Lamont, Personal Injury Law, will help get your life back on track. Your recovery starts at lamontlaw.ca.
I'm Michael Lamont. Personal injury is all we do.
Resolving personal injury cases for over 40 years. Lamont Law. Experience,
Me too.
trust,
But how did you mean it? No, don't tell me. It's
Now,
okay.
the
You're
680
lawyer, I get
News
it.
gas
Legal.
price update. Edinburgh predicts the price will go down 2
cents.
cents at midnight to $1.38.9 a liter at most GTA stations.
What's the US dollar doing
Traffic
right
and
now?
weather together on the ones in just 60
What's the
seconds.
gallon?
680 News
What's
time,
the
8:10.
US dollar per gallon equivalent?
Cooler temperatures, the season is just getting started, and Lowe's has everything you need to keep your
Oh, we
projects
almost got
going
the
for
party.
less
I need
during
like
our
some sort
hands-on
of
for Labor Day event. Like adding a
fuck,
fresh
the number of
touch
times I
color
saw
to
a
your
desk
home.
lamp thrown out,
Cans of
I just need the
exterior
stupid
paint
arm
or
that like
stain for
bends
just
and I could screw this right into it.
That's $10 off.
Bolt it
And
right to the
preventing
side of
freeze
this
damage to your
shelf
traces
here.
with 3.78 liters of plumbing antifreeze for just $3.99. Shop now at Lowe's. Conditions apply. Lowe's. Home to any budget. Home to any possibility.
Did you know 1 in 5 Canadians struggle with their mental health? We all deserve to live, laugh, and love life. I'm Dr. Leo Steiner. I've been treating mental health patients for over 30 years, and I'm really excited to tell you about a recent breakthrough in science called TMS. TMS stimulates the brain to help lift that heavy cloud of sadness without medication. To find out if it's right for you, I'd like to offer you a free consultation. Visit TMSofCanada.com.
It would make more sense to turn the comments off of these, but every time I try to adjust anything,
680 News
don't
time,
work, so-
8:11. Time for traffic and weather together on the ones with a look at your drive. Carly Donahue.
This report's brought to you by
Right
the
here,
Big
it's
Apple.
good.
If you're on the
You can see
eastbound
it, I can see
401,
it. You
thanks
can
to the
see it, I
traffic
can see
spotter
it. You
phoned
can
in
see it,
telling
I
me
can
it's
see
the
it.
left lane that's blocked off for a collision east of the
Knock
407. Emergency crews on scene. We have delays approaching Trafalgar to east of the 407. And then we have delays on the east 401, 427 to east of the 400 express collectors. Westbound 401 drags through Dixon. Southbound Dixie ramp to the east 407. That's shut down right now. Looking at the southbound 404 DVP, it's busy from the 401 to Winford, and then we have the ramp to the Lakeshore closed. Southbound 400 ramp to Aurora Road shut down, and northbound DVP drags approaching Eglinton to York Mills. Eastbound QEW ramp to the east 403 is closed for a collision. We have delays because of that approaching Dorval. Then the east QEW slows down Mississauga Road to Dixie, and delays on the east Gardner approaching Parkside to Dufferin. It's so much more than a great rest stop. Join the fun with free activities like mini putt, a petting zoo, and more. The Big Apple, exit 497 off the 401, or visit thebigapple.ca. With your forecast, here's
I
Carla Lamb.
documented some storm drains I did not clean.
A pretty mild evening all across the GTA tonight. 18th the low with cloudy conditions and those showers getting going after midnight, and it's hit or miss, but we'll have some of them lingering into tomorrow morning as well. 26 is the high for your Sunday. We'll start with cloudy conditions. get a little more sun by the afternoon, and we'll have a west wind around 20 to 40 kilometers
So
per
after
hour.
being here 9.5 years
and then we'll have
and
some
using the
scattered
wrong
showers
3-in-1
as we
oil,
head
I know
into
it's not the correct kind, but it's the
overnight hours
penetrating
from
kind, not the
Sunday
lubricating
into
kind. The
Monday
red
as we
bottle
drop
I'm
down to
using,
15.
it's not for
And then
electric
once those
fans.
fronts make their way through Monday's
The
much
bolts,
cooler
the
with a
assembly
breezy
bolts
northwest
finally
wind. 22
wiggled
will be the high
loose,
with
so
a
the
mix of sun and
fans
clouds.
rattling and
Tonight's
things
overnight low
buzzing. I'm
is
thinking, oh
18.
shit, are the bearings
Right
shot?
now in downtown
Bearings are
Toronto,
fine once I got them
partly
clean.
cloudy sky and 22 degrees, feeling like
Took
25
9.5
over
years.
at Pearson Airport.
It was
Similar
neglected for
conditions
36
and
years.
temperature. 6 City News time 8:13.
Seized up when I moved in.
SpaceX has officially given the
soaking
green light
it in
for
oil.
its first all-civilian launch.
The Inspiration 4 mission team sent a tweet saying Inspiration 4 and SpaceX have completed our flight readiness review and remain on track for the launch. The mission is set to go from Launch Pad 39A at the Kennedy Space Center here in Florida on September 15th. 4 private citizens will strap into the company's Crew Dragon spacecraft for a 3-day mission circling the Earth. Tony Marino, ABC News, Orlando.
I'm a
Still
Crew
to come on
Dragon.
680 News, a
Where-
recap of your top stories and
Where
sports.
is the mouse?
As a business owner, you can finally look to the future. BMO Business Banking wants to help you check all the boxes with great products and solutions. No monthly fee banking? Check. Quick loan application? Check. Welcome bonus? Check. Loyal customers? Loyal customers? Yep, that's a check. Now top it off with expert advice from BMO Business Banking. When a bank supports your success, that's real financial progress. Visit bmo.com/business offers for full details. Terms and conditions apply.
See, you see what's behind me. I don't look at what's behind me. Look at what's in front of me.
Piano experts
So I can't figure out why people are getting the wrong impression of me on the internet.
being totally transformed. And as part of Marion Piano Group, we've expanded Robert Lowry with brand new showrooms, filled them with more famous makes for even better selection
How
and
do you get a chain for this
And to
cross?
celebrate, every piano is priced to clear.
Gotta find a way to make a
Marion
chain or
Pianos
something.
And the all-new Robert Lowry
There's gotta be a way to do
showroom,
this.
the two best just got better.
And it is 3
Number 1 for breaking news,
16th.
traffic, and weather. This is 680 News.
A partly cloudy sky and 22 degrees in downtown Toronto. Good evening. I'm Tijuana Turner. Here are the top stories this hour. The city is teaming up with everyone's favorite transport system to get more shots into
1/8 or
The
5/30
TTC is running
seconds,
mobile
'cause it's
vaccine clinics
3/16.
at both the Harbourfront Center and the Jack Layton Ferry Terminal all weekend. It's wrapped up for today, but will run again tomorrow from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. The SIU is investigating after a motorcyclist died in hospital following
like a
a
TV
collision
show.
with a police cruiser.
Oh,
It happened
quick,
at
SIU is
University
on.
around 5:30 yesterday.
They're gonna get
Many
that
witnesses
car.
were
They're gonna
asked
try to
come
hack the car.
forward.
They're gonna get
And
it.
on the campaign trail, Liberal candidate for Kitchener Centre, Raj Saini, has withdrawn from the federal election amid sexual harassment allegations. Saini denies the allegations and says he will be challenging them. And coming up after sports, Facebook is getting backlash following a racist label placed on a video of black men. 6 City News time, 8:15. Now time for 6 City Sports.
What do you mean, though? Like, what are you talking
Justin
about?
Morissette.
We begin on the diamond, where the Blue Jays put up double-digit runs on Oakland for a second straight day. This time, a 10-8 win over the A's at the Rogers Center. 4, count 'em, 4 Jays home runs in this one. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. picking up right where he left off last night as he opened the scoring in the second with a solo homer before Danny Jansen, Breivik Valera, and Teoscar Hernandez followed suit with dingers of their own. The Jays will look to complete the sweep tomorrow afternoon. First pitch at 4:07. Elsewhere in the majors, the Red Sox keep pace in the final AL wildcard spot with a 4-3 walk-off win over Cleveland, while the Mariners, still a half game ahead of Toronto in the wildcard race, are in Arizona to take on the